Hello everyone, I'm Cadet Roseno and I'm going to be briefing you on the situation portion of Operation Bobcat Lightning. Now to begin, North Torbians have recently invaded Torbia and have been committing atrocities against civilians. So recently, the U.S. Congress has voted to deploy U.S. troops to go and free these Torbian civilians. At this point in the conflict, the North Torbians have deployed 2nd Battalion to block the U.S. from progressing south towards Taitung Air Base. Charger Co. on the U.S. side is now reconsolidating in Aoroni after a failed air assault strike within that vicinity. Amidst all these dispersed platoons within Charger Co., 1st Platoon is the most consolidated and also has the most readily available radio contact with the company HQ. So it is tasked with destroying all enemy forces within Aoroni. This situation brief will focus on 1st Platoon's 1st Squad and how it will attack OBJ Phantom and all enemy forces within, along with its attached gun team conducting support by fire missions. So more specifically into the task organization, the Alpha Fire team of 1st Squad will be attacking by fire to destroy Objective Phantom with the purpose of denying enemy influence over the battalion decisive operations. Over here, further to the rear, Bravo team will be conducting security operations to make sure the Alpha Fire team is safe while it attacks the objective. Further along this end over here, along the ridge, along this ridge over here, Gun Team 1 will be conducting support by fire to help Fire Team A in its attack on Objective Phantom. Adjacent squads will be conducting other operations throughout the AO. 2nd Squad will be disrupting any enemy forces along Route Camaro, while 3rd Squad will be deceiving any enemy of U.S. force composition. They will have good radio contact as well with Platoon HQ and company. Both the companies and the platoon's intent for this operation is to conceal the capability of Charter Company combat power diverted from Objective Bobcat to buy time for other platoons to reconsolidate for future offensives. Our squad's area of operations extends from the 31 to the 36 northing, and from the 11 to the 14th easting. Some key locations include this spur along the high-end mountain range over here, as well as the top of this ridge of the high-end mountain range. Major obstacle, the high-end mountain range over here, poses both positive and negatives to the outcome of our mission here. For effects on friendly, it can significantly delay movement throughout our squad's AOA over here, especially for Gun Team 1 as it tries to traverse this entire ridge to maintain its support by fire position. But it also has some minimal effects on enemy, and it'll have difficult exfil over here. But it mainly impacts friendly forces much more because our soldiers will be tired as they come across to the objective and prepare to attack. Our avenue of approach, in fact, does cross an LDA along Songland Road, meaning that our squad will be put in danger. So we will have to adjust accordingly and maintain cover and concealment so that we aren't spotted. This reconnaissance squad, about 9 packs strong, located as our AOA crosses directly through their security. Our IOA, however, does provide us with significant advantage over the enemy in that the support by fire position climbs significant altitude and provides them with optimal fields of fire when conducting mass fire operations into Objective Phantom. In addition, The attack element will also be at a greater elevation than Objective Phantom, offering them to good fields of fire. Additionally, the key terrain of the spur over here, key terrain 1, provides first squad on teams Alpha and Bravo significant cover and concealment so that they can be safe in their approach to attack the enemy. Most of the weather conditions occurring on August 30th, 24 will put our unit at a greater disadvantage over enemy units, as visibility will be slightly lower and cloud cover will be at 90%. So if those clouds are low hanging, our support by fire element will have to move further downwards so that they could have good visibility and positive identification of the enemy on Objective Phantom. In addition, the temperature will be high at around like 88 degrees with 88% humidity as well. And that'll make our soldiers much more tired and exhausted as they travel this great distance over here and eventually attack Objective Phantom. So looking more closely at our enemy here, we have 3 subordinate units over here. Our first unit, decisive to our operations, first squad, is the 1x82mm mortar team. Its disposition is located right here on the slope of the high mountain range. It's placed at a higher elevation than the motorized infantry squad located in the village, likely to support them as an element for greater fields of fire. Their fields of fire, in fact, extend across the entire AO, making their destruction extremely important as a high payoff target for our company. Because if they are destroyed, then our company will no longer be vulnerable to enemy indirect fire. The enemy reconnaissance squad, spread throughout the entirety of the northeast of the AO over here, is spread over there to provide a screen to alert their units of United States forces. Movement and maneuver is their strength because they're so spread out across the AO, but they cannot eliminate the US forces when they're alerted. They'll just instead direct coordinates to the mortar team so that they could mass fires on our forces. And finally, we have the North Torbian Motorized Infantry Squad, which is tasked with controlling a local village over here. Its strength is sustainment because it can draw on the resources from that village. And believe it or not, their CSK, which is a high value target, is located right there. It's high value because it doesn't determine mission success or failure from our end. However, it's still very expensive for them as an asset. Notice that this motorized infantry squad is not necessarily located in our area of operations, but in our area of interest, because first squad is not intent on attacking it, but will be prepared to do so. The enemy's most likely course of action is area defense, as if they stay situated within their own locations over here, they won't be vulnerable to our fields of fire should they move over. Their most dangerous course of action, however, is if the motorized infantry squad comes and dares to attack our squad over as an Objective Phantom, as that leaves them vulnerable to our fields of fire as well. Overall, the enemy units are extremely disjointed in addition to our own units after we conducted our failed air assault mission. However, with successful completion of missions like these, more to come, we hope that the Torbian people will be saved once again and live free of the oppression of the North Torbian forces.